This boy never expected that the new girl would be so strange. She was not only beautiful but also didn't speak to anyone. Whether it was boys or girls talking to her, she acted like she didn't see them. One girl decided to teach Anzu a lesson. She threw away the comic book that Anzu had been reading. But this action made Anzu angry. Anzu asked if they were looking for trouble. The girl arrogantly responded. Anzu slapped her with all her strength, causing the girl to bleed from her nose. Kaoru was shocked when he saw this. It reminded him of what happened the day before. That day, Kaoru was waiting for the tram after school, and he saw Anzu at the station. Kaoru thought Anzu was so beautiful that he kept staring at her. Anzu noticed his gaze and started to get impatient. Kaoru then realized his behavior and saw that it was raining heavily. He wanted to lend Anzu his umbrella, but she misunderstood this as flirting. Kaoru told her to take the umbrella, as her parents would worry if she caught a cold. Anzu replied that her parents would worry about him too, and that no one at her home cared about her. Kaoru was taken aback by this reply, and Anzu shocked him by taking the umbrella and asking for his contact details so she could return it later. Little did they know, they would be together for the next 13 years. Kaoru's family only had his father. His father often drank and would frequently beat him. This started when Kaoru was young, after a quarrel with his younger sister. Kaoru couldn't even remember what they had argued about. His sister said she hated him, and Kaoru responded that he hated her too. But then his sister admitted she had lied and actually liked him. Kaoru closed the door, unaware that this would be the last time he saw his sister. Later, to apologize to Kaoru, his sister tried to catch a stag beetle, his favorite insect, but fell from a tree and died. His mother, unable to accept the reality, left the family, and his father changed, turning to drinking. He blamed Kaoru for everything, but Kaoru felt guilty every day. In his pain, he ran along the railway track. Just then, a train came from behind, and Kaoru jumped into the nearby forest. To his surprise, he found an abandoned torii gate in the woods. As Kaoru walked deeper, he saw a strange tunnel glowing with red light. He seemed to be drawn toward it and walked toward it for a long time. Inside, he saw many maple trees, and the temperature began to drop. At that moment, a shoe appeared in the water. When Kaoru turned it over, he saw his sister's name written on the sole. He didn't know why her shoe was there, but he felt there was something incredibly important inside the tunnel. Then, a parrot flew out, the same one that had died years ago. The parrot began singing a familiar song. Kaoru stared at the tunnel and suddenly turned around to run back. The things he brought back from the tunnel weren't illusions. Meanwhile, Kaoru's father noticed a noise upstairs and immediately ran to embrace Kaoru, telling him not to leave. Kaoru was stunned, as his father claimed he had been gone for a week. But Kaoru was sure he had only been gone for a few hours. When he looked at his phone, it had no power. After charging it, he found a week's worth of unread messages, confirming that everything was real. Kaoru returned to school and pretended to be sick to take a leave of absence. After school, Kaoru went back to the tunnel, now knowing what it was, the tunnel of urban legends. It was said that entering this tunnel could grant any wish, but at a price. Kaoru walked in again, hoping to bring his sister back. But just as he took a few steps, he heard Anzu's voice behind him. She had followed him. Kaoru hurriedly tried to take her out of the tunnel, but despite only a few seconds passing, 5 hours had gone by. From Kaoru's explanation, Anzu understood everything and invited him to team up with her to conquer the tunnel, since they both had things they wanted to achieve. Kaoru agreed, and this became their secret. They met every day at the tunnel entrance and took separate routes to school to avoid suspicion. Anzu came up with a way to check the time flow inside by using a phone. When the call ended, they would immediately rush back. Based on their calculations, 3 seconds in the tunnel equaled 3 hours outside, and 1 day in the tunnel equaled 6 years outside. Once they passed through the maple tree gate, the call would end. They discovered they could still text inside.